Welcome. It's another edition of Coffee with the Goose. You know, I talk about things that are interesting, fascinating, and irritating. I am the Goose. So glad you joined me again. Yeah, I took a couple weeks off. I've been so busy. Oh my goodness. So many things with summer. By the way, today's the first day of summer, so more good times and hot times to come. Before we get going, though, let's have a little sip of coffee, shall we? It is Coffee with the Goose. My dog Cooper agrees. My coffee is, very strong. Like my opinion, got some creamer in there to make it sweet. Oh, so sweet. Just like me. All right, here we go. Let's talk about marriage. That's really one of the things that's kept me so busy lately, at least the last few days. Just went to a wedding yesterday, and of course the day before was the rehearsal and the pre-wedding meal, and the meal yesterday, and then it just goes on and on and on. And it was a great time, really. And we congratulate the groom and bride and all you guys who either are about to get married, and oh my goodness, you got a real wake-up call ahead of you, especially you guys. And those of you who have already been married and are sticking it out through the years, and it gets better, it really does. So let's talk about marriage. Raquel and I have been married for this next month will be 20 years. I'm so blessed. My wife, of course, from the Philippines. I met her over there, and it was she's the answer to a dream. Dream, yeah, in a prayer, many prayers. Ask God for a wonderful woman to marry, and He delivered. But God answers prayers in His way, right? Not our way. And one of the more humorous things He included in the package was a woman who will hold my feet to the fire, and she does. And that's a good thing. You want a woman who expects your best, and you should deliver your best. Anyhow, I'm not here to give you lessons on what constitutes a good marriage and, what's the magic formula, other than to say this: be humble, learn, and be respectful, and be faithful, of course. Anyhow, I've got 10 different thoughts for you, facts, I only deal in facts, about marriage and about weddings, okay? I'm sure you'll find these interesting. And some of them are lessons, and some of them are kind of negatives, things you don't want to do before you get married. And of course, 50% in the Western world, 50% of marriages fail. So, you want to find the right person and be very careful and be sure of what you are doing. And then when that day finally comes, do your best. Be faithful and be committed. Okay. I'm old-fashioned, I'm traditional, and I don't believe in living together. If you love that woman or you love that man enough to live with them, tie the knot. Don't say, well, I'm dedicated, I made a commitment. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Again, I love you. I'm sorry, but the commitment is the ring. Okay, so here we go. You want a successful marriage? Statistics show don't cohabitate before you get married. I don't have the exact numbers, but statistics have shown, history has shown, that if you live together and then you get married, chances are even greater that you'll end up divorcing for some strange reason. I don't know why. The second little bit of my 10 wedding facts: gimmick weddings. That is, you get married in Valentine's Day, or somebody's birthday, or you're focused on something other than the actual marriage, the actual wedding itself. They don't work. 18 to 36% more likely to divorce. So if you're going to get married, focus on the actual wedding instead of, oh gosh, let's do it in a hot air balloon or something goofy, because you're not taking it seriously then. Okay. My third little bit of advice or fact for marriage and weddings is don't marry young. And I know throughout history people have gotten married young. I know. But nowadays, in the modern era, the best age group statistically for getting married is 28 to 32 years old. You tend to be a little more mature by that age. And That was true with me. Actually, it took me a little bit longer than that. But you don't want to marry unless you have to, of course, at a young age. Wait till you're, a little bit more mature and then tie the knot. Okay, number 4. Here's something that marriage does for you. There are many good things that marriage does to you, believe it or not. You're more productive at work, and you tend to be more satisfied with life. You've got your loved one. You've got your bride, your good husband that's standing by you through thick and thin. And believe me, you are more at peace when you're married than you are otherwise. Okay. Number 5 in my list of wedding and marriage facts. If you have an affair, and where none of us are perfect, and then you get married to that person that you had an affair with, not going to work. No, no, they're just a fling. 75% of the time, you're going to get divorced. Yeah, that person you think you're in love with, you had an affair with, no, it's not going to last. You're going to end up divorced. It's just not going to work. Here's another one for you. The more, and this drives me crazy, expensive weddings. Why are you spending all your hard-earned money and your savings on a ceremony when you've got your whole life with this person ahead of you? And money, as you know, is the main reason for divorce. The more expensive the wedding, the more likely it is to fail. Yeah, so there you go. But, if your bride-to-be wants an expensive wedding, then it's time to negotiate, or not negotiate. You don't negotiate with your wife. You shrug your shoulders and, okay, you want to make her happy, of course. Here's another one for you. And this, it's not so much a pet peeve of mine, but, you're getting married before God. You're making that commitment not only to your spouse and to your friends and to your family, but to God. And unfortunately, only 22% in the Western world, only 22% of marriages and weddings are religious in the church. Oh, well. A little bit of advice. If you are faith-filled, you want to be very careful in marrying somebody who is a different faith or a different denomination of the same faith, because let them do what they want. It's their belief, and I have my belief. Well, guess what? You're going to have kids. Chances are, what church is the kid going to go to? You got to think ahead. If you can. Here's another one for you. I mentioned earlier about expensive weddings. You know what the average cost of a wedding in the Western world, in the United States, is? Now, to some of you, this may not be a big deal, but to me, this is a lot of money. $22,000 is the cost of the average wedding. I'm not sure how much, we got married twice, actually. Once in the States. Raquel's family couldn't be there, so we had one on our 7th anniversary in Cebu, and that, of course, is a big deal. I don't think we spent $22,000 though, but weddings on average cost a lot of money. Okay, now here's a little weird historical tidbit for you. Why, and believe it or not, there was a little confusion in the wedding we went to the other day with the groom. Hey, it was his first time. Which hand or which finger does his ring go on? It's your ring finger on your left hand. Why? Why is that? Well, throughout history, it was thought, the belief was that the vein in your left ring finger led directly to your heart. So, most people, thank God, and this is the last little bit of it, facts, wedding and marriage facts I'm going to share with you, and this is a good one, okay? You hear all about arranged marriages, and throughout history it was power structure, your family set up the marriage for you, and a lot of it had to do with politics and money and all that. But now, these days, 88% of marriages are based in what? Love. As it should be. All right, there you go. Those are the 10 facts of marriage that I have to share with you today. There are many others that, of course, when you talk about history and all the different beliefs and phobias and what have you when it comes to marriage and weddings. There's a whole bunch of them, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Most of you, I assume, are married or were married, and I wish you all the best with your love life. I want to hear what you have to say and get your thoughts on marriage and weddings and commitments and what you think is the best way or the worst way. All right. That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. So glad you joined me again. We're going to do it a little more often. We're going to get away from boxing, expand our horizons, okay? Today it's love and marriage. Okay, you know the song. And it was around before the, what was that? What was the name of that TV show? I forget. Not The Simpsons, no. I think it was Frank Sinatra sang that song. I could be wrong. Anyhow, love is what makes the world go round, man. So stick to that, okay? Make that be the core of your life, along with praising God, okay? That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Thank you so much for joining me, and we will talk again soon. Take care.